Hi guys, it's Jenna Earl discussing the three Module 2 articles. The CEC supports equity in charter schools article discusses how a statement was issued to the Trump administration, Congress, and Betsy DeVos regarding how the academic success of all students should be a priority. It asked them to uphold three principles: access, quality through accountability, and civil rights. The fact that organizations are urging our government to uphold equity and civil rights for human beings in today's world just truly sickens me. I watched a video clip the other day where Representative Karen Clark asked Betsy if she would allow federal funding to schools that clearly discriminate against specific types of students. Betsy DeVos could not guarantee that she would pull funding from any schools that discriminate against students. It's just mind boggling that this is even an issue. I do not understand how students are not seen as students, but as a label instead. It's ridiculous that we have to plead with our federal government to ensure that all schools are willing to teach all students and protect their civil rights. As for the Medicaid provisions, which will result in a cut of $880 billion Medicaid dollars, I do not see how it's going to be possible to provide students with a free, appropriate public education if there is no money to pay for the services they need. The amount of students requiring special education services is increasing each year. Assistive technology is advancing each year. Payroll fees for therapists to ensure students receive occupational, physical, speech therapies, teachers of the blind and deaf, one-to-one aides. All of these things cost so much money. And with the lack of support from our federal government for diverse students, it doesn't appear that compensating the money through federal grants is even going to be a remote possibility. I feel that the public school system is in a lot of trouble. The problem with providing students with a free, appropriate public education was discussed in the article regarding the Andrew F. court case. The case questions what appropriate means and how much should an IEP provide support. How much support an IEP should provide. I feel that an IEP has to allow students enough support for them to be able to make some progress while they are putting forth efficient effort. The IEP should address and accommodate every deficiency the student has in order to level the playing field, which would enable them to learn the general education curriculum. Drew, the student from the case, made little progress because his behavioral needs were not being supported. All of his disabilities weren't being addressed. Therefore, his needs weren't being met. There is discussion of raising the standard of what an IEP must provide. This is being seen as problematic because it would increase costs for the school district. Funding typically comes from the state, not the federal government. I think that it's absurd that people are weary of providing better education just because of financial reasons. The federal government needs to get their act together to improve public education and increase federal funding to improve our future generations.